Ah, boy. Right hand in, you put your right hand out. Right hand in, and you shake it all about. Wave your hands to Jesus, turn yourself around. Sir. That's what it's all about. Let's go! Climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Yes, sir. Climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Me might lose some weight, now lose faith. Climbing up the narrow way. Yes, sir. The old dragon with him sword, the black up the road. Climbing up the narrow way. Again. Climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Me might lose some weight, me not lose faith. Climbing up the narrow way. Oh, dragon with him sword, the block off the road. Climbing up the narrow. Listen, the road is rough, the road is rocky. Hallelujah, me not sure when me jacket, now backslide. Not turn aside. Heavenly home is just inside. So don't back up now. Me no look back. Me no go cry. Now have a heart attack. When we go ahead, I'll be a pretty road. Me no happy have no special road code. Hi, climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Hey. Climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. Oh, me might lose some weight, now lose faith. Climbing up the narrow way. The old dragon with him sword, block off the road. Climbing up the narrow way. He never failed me yet. He never failed me yet. No, Jesus Christ never feel me yet. Oh no, now. Anywhere I go, I want the world to know Jesus Christ. He never feel me yet. I know he never feel me yet. He never fail me yet. Oh Jesus Christ. He never feel me yet, never feel me yet. Anywhere I might go, I want the whole wide world to know Jesus Christ. I tell you, never feel me yet. I have a God who never fails. Good God, I have a God. Hey. Him never feel, no. Me have one God, hey, and him never feel me. Jesus never feel, he never feel. Jesus never feel. Watch this. I said the road is rough, the road is rocky. Hallelujah. Me not sure on me jacket, not backslide, not turn aside. Heavenly home is just inside. Sodom I go burn, me no look back, me not go cry, no heart attack. When we go ahead, I'll be a pretty road. Me no happy have no special road code. Sing again, climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. I tell you, say, climbing me climbing, moving me moving up the narrow way. I tell you, me go lose some weight, and not lose faith. Climbing up the narrow way. The old dragon with him sword, I block up the road. Climbing up the narrow way. Again, climbing me climbing. Blessings, everyone. Blessings, and more blessing to you. Want to say welcome to this another episode of our journey Beautifully Scarred. We're looking at the inspiration behind the book, and we have ushered into looking at depression. And this is our third and final week on depression. Last month was celebrated as Depression Awareness Month. And so we spent some time looking at depression. And now we are going to be wrapping up this segment of the program on depression. Next week we're going to be coming back with a riveting topic, and I just want to welcome everyone. Want to welcome Mrs. Waite, looking so pretty as usual. I am told how pretty you look on the screen, ma'am, and they say you're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm blushing.
You don't
It's a
understand.
blessing.
Every time I look at Nicole, I look at a miracle.
It's the blessing.
Yeah, she's a
Grace and
miracle.
favor.
Yeah, it's your favorite.
Grace and favor.
I want to welcome my good friend. Again, he has been with us since we started the depression topic, Bishop Revelina Mcpherson. And I must tell you, I saw a picture of his darling wife today, and I had to give him a message to give to her. So, Mrs. McFarlane, we want to welcome you likewise to our program this evening. Bishop, welcome, sir. How has your day been?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Thanks for having me once again. God is good, and He's
Yes,
doing great things. Praise be to God. Amen.
yes. I want to welcome our producer and his family. We should be having a guest tonight that will be taking us into real life depression, having experienced depression herself. We're going to be getting into that a little later on. Also, want to welcome everyone online, those who have commented. Brother Alton, Pastor Alton Stevenson, has been with us since we started, and we never acknowledged him because I just didn't know he was there. And I personally want to acknowledge you tonight, my brother, um, Pastor Alton Stevenson. And we thank you so much for your continued support over the years, a very faithful supporter. And we thank you and bless you, my brother. Also, want to welcome Norma Stevens, and of course, Mrs. McPherson is on. And here are two of my other guests. They will be leaving us early. As a matter of fact, we will not be with you very long tonight because after we are through here, we want to invite you over to celebrate with us in a gospel concert that we'll be performing. Pastor Kelly will be there, I will be there, and we promise that we're going to minister to you. So we want you to head on over to Pastor Kelly's page, or you can head on over to my
God
Facebook
bless.
page. The link, the brother
Danville.
Danville Howell on the Jamaican Gospel Radio. We want you to head on over as soon as we wrap up. We're all going to be joining them. You can also look on Minister Kimika's page. We're going to be sharing the link out. All right. So join us and let us take our spike heels off. I'm already barefooted. I took mine off already. And we are
We're
going
special.
to be dancing the night away. We're going to be having a good time tonight. All right. But because we promised you last week that we would be on tonight, and you know our word is our bond. And so we
Yeah.
decided that we're coming on tonight, and then we will go over to celebrate. The concert not start yet still. So you won't be missing anything. And we're going to be rocking it. They have some very powerful ministers who will be ministering tonight. And I'm telling you, last night on Pastor Kelly's radio program, the anointing was there. Everybody was geared up and charged up. And I'm telling you, I am looking forward to what is going to be happening tonight. So we want to invite everyone, after we are through, to head on over to the Jamaican Gospel Radio. It's called Praise Explosion. We are going to give God the praise. Welcome, Pastor Kelly and
Bless
Minister Kimika.
Thank you.
Yes,
God
I'll make it
Yes.
look
bless.
so. I'm making it look so nice tonight. I want to do before they come and
No,
look.
you two always look nice. You just look beautiful. Look over there, Mrs. Wade.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. You look beautiful too.
Thank you.
We want to welcome
Dr. KJ,
everyone
you look
online. Oh,
And
I kind of look
Bishop,
raggedy today,
no,
man.
you
But
don't.
I don't. Oh, thank you, sweetie.
No.
I thought, no, you know, to be fair, I'm a side on the man.
Blessings. Blessings, Bishop.
Bishop Mcpherson jealous. Don't worry, Bishop. I see Sister
No,
Mcpherson online. Don't worry.
That's fine.
Johnny here.
She's still here and I received that.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Yeah, we want to welcome everyone. Welcome, Sister Paisley. I tell you something about Sister Paisley. Sister Paisley has not missed a night since we started. Thank you so much, Doreen Paisley over there in North Patrick. Tevin, for those of you who don't know, Tevin is my wife's son. But he is bigger than my wife, but he's my wife's son. I don't know how they work that out. If you understand what I mean. A faithful brother when I was pastoring in Jamaica.
He's my church son. Right?
So he's a church son. All right. Yeah, he's online. Also, Vivian Jarrett, Natalie Wholeness Dawkins. We want to welcome you, Shanicia Witten. We want to welcome you, Vivian. Yes, Vivian, that's my other mother. Vivian, Tracy, over there in Truro. We want to welcome you. Yeah, we have. I'm trying to scroll up to see everyone who's on tonight. We just want to welcome you tonight. Bishop Mcpherson, I'm going to begin with you tonight. We're looking at depression. And you made some very interesting point last week, and we want to start going back to the biblical aspect of depression, and then we're going to usher it out. You know, how people can be helped, and some of the leading causes today that cause people to be so highly depressed. How many of you know that there's a lot of people you see walking up and down today? They are stalking mad, as we would say in Jamaican term. But they're suffering from depression. Some hide their feelings because of their status. Some hide their feelings because of who they are. Some hide their feelings because they are very careful about what others would think of them and how they would speak about them. Some pretend. Now, my question to you, Bishop, as we begin, is it a sin that somebody is going through depression and they pretend as if they're okay? Is that pretending, does that become a sin? Are we telling a lie? Though we are depressed and we give the impression that we are not depressed. Isn't that a lie? Are we telling a lie? Is it a sin?
All right. Firstly, let me say good night to each and every one. Greetings to you, my dear friend, Dr. Kevin, and your beautiful wife, and to Pastor Kelly, and your beautiful wife, and to my wife out there, and to my pastor, and all the pastors and ministers here tonight, and all the well wishers, and all those who are out there viewing. God bless you all.
Yeah.
All right, Pastor. My answer to that is no. And why I said no is because many persons, because of the word trust, and I want to emphasize on the trust issue, with sharing what you're going through with others, you can't trust just about anyone with information that you have concerning yourself. Because at times when you share such information, my brother and sisters, it can help to worsen the situation. You know, so some people, it's because they don't know who to go to or whom to trust with their information. So that's the reason why sometimes you may see they're going through this and you ask them, are you okay? They said, yes, I'm doing fine. But deep down inside, they know that they're not okay, you know? So my answer for that is no, it couldn't be a sin. I want to find a biblical reference to that, but I'm not picking with one just now. But when it comes back to me, all right?
No problem. We get the point. We understand exactly what you're saying. So, what you're saying really is that you wouldn't consider it a sin because you're choosing the greater good. You are trying to protect your own sanity. That you share it with somebody else and it gets worse. Now, Pastor Kelly, which is
Yes, sir.
better? Which is better? Do you think if you're going through a situation, you should share it or you should hide it?
You should share, not but on all things you're gonna share. Greetings to everyone. I just answer quickly. Greetings again, much love. I would share a lot of stuff, even though because the nature of a human, you know, everything you're gonna share. But if you reach at a place that you have to share, you're gonna share it. But not everything I will share. But especially when I'm going through something, amen, it
I
does
was
play
going to
out
ask
at
you a
times.
question a while ago, Pastor Kelly, but I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to bother ask you because we have some very critical thinkers on the line on set right now, and we don't want them to twist what we're trying to say. But I was going to ask you a question, and the fact that your beautiful wife is sitting beside you, Minister Kimika, what's your response to that question?
Well, you cannot tell your family, your friends, everything that you're going through. I know that I kept a lot of things to myself because I didn't know who to trust. And even though some people are close to you, you got to be careful what you tell them because they might judge you wrongly because of what you say to them. So sometimes you got to keep it to yourself and talk to God about it. And sometimes God will send somebody to you and then just bring up a conversation about what you are going through. And that will lead you to like mention, what you're going through to the person. So you got to keep some things to yourself at time until it's the right time to speak about it.
What do you think, Mrs. Sweet? Do you
Well,
think you should share?
no, not everything. I had an experience where I was going through something for years and I shared it with someone who I thought I could trust. But in the end, it became, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Scandal?
not really a scandal, but it's like a weapon. Like I gave the person a weapon to use against me.
Against,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
yes. So in the end, it seems like I was like
Set
the
up.
bad person.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you set up
So
yourself.
it's like it used for my own downfall. So I
Yes.
mean, so they use it as a weapon against me. So it's not everything I think you can share with people,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you don't even know how to really trust them or you can't trust them.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, you have to be careful. You have to listen to how some people talk too about other people, because if some people will share their problems with them and they will come to you and talk about it, but then you're saying, okay, I can trust this person, but you still have to look into it because why would they take that person's problem telling you?
True.
So
True.
you have to be careful with that.
That's a very, very important and very critical point that you just made there, Mrs. Sweet. And I'm wondering, Bishop, um, what's your take on what Mrs. Sweet just says? This part of the conversation, where you have a friend or persons around you whom, let's say, I share something with Pastor Kelly, but then Pastor Kelly is also your friend. But I go to Pastor Kelly in confidence as a pastor. Let's say
Right.
that
Yes.
as a pastor,
Because the person was a pastor that
and
I
I
shared it with.
and I
So
share something with
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Kelly. But as soon as I'm through, and you pray. I wonder if those prayers really go anywhere anyway. And you pray, and oh, my sister, my brother, and you carry on, and you fake things. And as
Yes,
soon
sir.
as you get out of my presence, or I get off the phone, then Bishop, who don't even know me, perhaps, but you know Kelly. And then Kelly
Right.
begins to shower you with all kinds of
all the information
information.
that I shared with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you as a person, or should you as a person, trust Kelly now with your issue, with your situation?
No, 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 no.
There's
And
no
I would
being
advise
sure.
anyone to trust anyone who's like that. That's why the Bible itself tells you, do not trust the harms of flesh, because they
Amen.
will
Fail you.
always fail.
See.
Once a person will share with you other person's information, they will share your information with other persons. So you just have to be very deliberative about that
But
person.
but then sometimes what I realize that that particular person would do is like he is saying, "Oh, I'm using that person as an example," but it's actually sharing. You're sharing the person's.
Information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're sharing the person's personal information.
Right.
Yeah, that they share. Oh my God.
You know, one of the things, Pastor Kelly, that we as leaders ought to
Yes.
look out for. I am very weary and wary of people who would come to me and say, "I'm between me and you."
Yeah, man.
Because trust me,
No, it's not
it's
true.
not between me and you because you tell
Everybody.
20 other people before you come to me. And I don't want when it begins to get out there, then my name got called because you tell so much of it that you think I me to take back. And when I hear it back now, me all I feel guilty and me I say because it's between them, but me never said nothing to nobody. So all them here, that time me no know them tell 40 persons. But I between,
True.
remember, I between me and you. You understand? We have to be so
A
weary and
setup.
weary of
It's a
those
setup.
people who come to you. And listeners, listen, it's very serious. I have been there several times. People come to me, "Oh, it's between me and you." And I can hear it back from 5 other people. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, "But I thought that was between
Me and you.
me and such and such." But how come?
Mm.
And so you realize you can't trust
Mm-mm.
those people. Did you know that these things lead to depression?
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
trust somebody and that person breaks your trust,
That's it.
But they
Yeah.
That's it.
break the trust and think that you would not hear it back. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So they go and they tell it to somebody and they think you wouldn't hear it back, but the person actually come and tell you, or then tell somebody else and the person, and then when you know it, your business all over the world.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you of a scenario. Bishop, a
Yes,
few
sir.
friends of mine and myself, we were having a conversation about another friend. All right?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to make it this quickly as possible because I don't want Pastor Kelly know what I'm talking about. So a few friends of mine,
Yes.
we're all men. All men. And we saw another brother in need. And we
Yes.
felt that we needed to reach out to the brother. And we wanted to do something about the situation that the
Yes.
brother was in. Now, we were not sure exactly all the detail of what was going on, but we knew that we needed to help. And so we met and we met with the brother first. We didn't go into detail. Then after we met as men outside of the brother, and we rap and we laugh and we talk and we carry on. But the aim was just to laugh and then we're gonna help.
Yes.
Last night, these same group of friends, we all got together on a call. I think we ended that call about 2:30 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We were all on call for about 2.5 hours. We were rapping, and that was and I mean everything that we spoke about, we threw it back at him. We talk everything where John was saying, where Brown was saying, where Lou was saying, where everybody was saying. I try not to make Pastor Kelly know what I'm talking about. All right? I'm trying my best. But
That's
the
all right.
gentleman
That's
was
all right.
also on set, online. And we had a good talk. And I'm telling you, at the end of it, it's like everybody almost got down to tears. You know, it really moved us, and he laughed with us too. He laughed with us, only to find out that this gentleman has been chronically and severely depressed.
Right.
Chronically. And what happened? This person would walk around and look good on the outside, smile with everybody, but deep inside,
Yes. Wow.
dying,
Wow.
dying. You know, I'm saying this to say life would have been much better if after we chat people, we help them.
Mm-hmm.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
man.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of putting
Yes.
them in deeper depression or in deeper
Because
situations.
let's face the reality too, Mrs. Wade. We all chat people.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Everybody chat people. It's just like the
True,
other day, a young man
true.
came to me and say, me here say, yeah, chat me. Me say, well, chat me back. It's as simple
Chat
as
for
that.
chat,
So
right?
chat for chat.
Chat to chat.
So chat me back. Right?
Yeah.
It's chat for chat. Right? But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, when we realize that there are persons going through certain phase of life, especially a depressive phase, and we sit down and we criticize and we talk about them, let's try to reach out afterward and
Yes.
help them.
Help the
True.
situation.
Let's help the
True.
situation. We are able to identify problems, but we don't have solution to people's problem.
Solution.
That's it. We need to cut that out, Bishop. What would you say, Bishop, to pastors now who go on the pulpit and preach people's problem instead of the world?
Wrong. It's wrong.
Go
I can ask me. I would tell them to take a seat, put down the microphone because they're not ready for that. That's not ministering. The ministry of the gospel has nothing to do with nobody's life example. All examples are placed in the book here. So whatever example you need to make it from this. Whatever reference you need to make it from the Bible. Not from Pastor Kelly's situation, not from Bishop's situation, not from Sister Kamika's situation, not from Minister Kevin's situation, not from Sister Way's situation.
Right.
Reference of it because you don't know what the person is going through. And you might be up here on the pulpit preaching and using that as an example and drive that sister, that brother down into a deeper depression and even drive them out of the ministry or out of the church and out back into the world. So those preachers,
Lunette Sampson made a comment and she says, have many friends, treat them well, but never to them your secret tell. For when your friend becomes your foe, all over the world, your secret, you know, is that true?
True.
Yes, it is.
And that is why, but guess what? We still have people who will maintain their integrity. We still have people who will maintain their character. I don't need to go out there and say anything negative about anybody who has been a friend of mine, but perhaps chose not to be a friend of mine today. Your problem is your problem. If I solve your problem, I help you solve your problem. That's behind me. I have such a big future ahead of me. I don't have the time to be going back to where I'm coming from. I want to get to where I'm going. And so last night we were talking to a young 12-year-old, and I keep saying to Pastor Kelly, remember this young man is 12 years old, and this young man was schooling us. When I say school, he was schooling us from Africa, he's from Kenya. Yes. Brilliant young man. Kelly and I, and Kimika and my wife, we've adopted him. Yes. You know, we have adopted him and making sure he goes to school and everything is good with him. Brilliant young man. And the young man was saying to us last night, you know why people talk about me, which is him. I become their top. I'm at the top. That's why I become their topic.
Oh Lord.
That's
a good one.
You not finish yet. Go ahead.
That's a good one.
Not finish yet.
No, so that's a good one.
What was the other one again, Kelly? I'm trying to remember the other one. What's the other one? He said some stuff that they were so powerful. Yeah. You know, he said that there's a reason why they are behind him. There's a reason why he is at the front. All right? Yeah. That's why they talk about him, because they can't get around him. They can't get in front of him, so they talk behind his back. Yeah. Right. So they will talk behind his back, because they'll never be able to get around him to come and talk in his. And there was another one, anytime I remember it, and that one was powerful, so I am going to tell you about it. And so it is. Sometimes, you know, Pastor Kelly, if we're not careful, and Minister Kimika, we allow what people say about us to drive us deeper into depression. Now, how can we combat that? How do we combat that? Yeah.
Wow.
You want to go ahead? Yeah. How should we deal with that? How should we deal with
that? Wow. Well, I've been through it. I mean, you know, I became a Christian and I spoke about certain things that I've been through, testify. And the
Hold on,
church,
Minister Kimika. I just remember. He
yes.
said he is the head, so he becomes the
The
headline.
headline.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, Minister.
Yes, you know, and I testify about some things that I've been through, and then some of the church members that kind of use it against me, and they will talk about me, say that I'm crazy, I'm weird, I do things differently, and other stuff, and it made me went back into depression, like deep depression, because I share my story, and you should be rejoicing that God delivered me, but then you guys started talking so bad about me that every time you see me, you look at me a certain way, you start judging me, and I'm like, what is this? This is not supposed to be like this. I started to withdraw myself from them. I started to like, go through stuff that I used to go through when I first had depression. And I'm like, God, why am I going through this? I'm in church. I shouldn't be going through this again. And until I catch myself and I told myself, I've come too far. I've done too much and gave up too much to serve God to let anybody let me go back to where I'm coming from. So I had to tell myself that every single day and speak good things over myself and, trying to stay in the presence of God. I read, I worship. I love to dance. That dancing helped me. I found something that I love to do and I just turn to that. And when I see them, I laugh. When I see them, like, what's going on with you? I said, I'm good. I go to church. I just dance and I ignore them. If I didn't ignore them, I would have stayed in depression. But I ignore them and I just give all the attention to God. So I ain't pay them no mind no more. And that's how I got out of it. I just worship my God.
I must say I've never had a conversation to discuss or to relate concerning this topic. Depression. It is so like coming to me at this age to say, oh, that's the reason why my mouth used to long up. I'm still gonna tell you again. I don't know why you don't see my mouth shooting even now. The way growing up as a young man, I was so depressed, not knowing that it was depression. Especially when you're a pastor's child and you, out of all the children, you who are the son out of 3 boys, and you are the last boy, and in the family, the siblings, 7 children, and you fall short out of the 7 children. You are the one out of the siblings who fall short and cause your parents, cause your community, cause your siblings, cause your church brethren to be disappointed of you, even though all of us come short. But the conviction knowing that you fell short, because I did one of those things that I never knew I would have done it. I got a child out of wedlock in the church, and let me tell you this, it was like a burden to me. It was a burden because I feel like I wasn't supposed to be there. But if you check today, my son is 21 years old. When I was contemplating to do abortion, like the mother do abortion because I didn't want it to be open. I want to find ways to shut it down. And today, I'm telling you, I am having a smile because I did not go that part. The child is playing drum in church. The child is doing things in school that makes me proud. And today, I can say to you, I was depressed then, but today I am so happy.
How did you get better?
Prayer brought me through. Praise God. Encouragement. If it was for bad thoughts and words coming from the church, because you have the church who is in the church who would speak against the pastor, who would be my mom and my dad, to say, oh, you get the church, oh, you get the girl pregnant, and him a pastor, a son, and him not married to a girl. But let me tell you something. I have been there, and today I can say to you, God brought me out. And I accept my downfall and my wrongs, and I came out victorious with a smile.
God is good. I'm telling you, and that's one of the issues that we have in the church that I wish we would eliminate, Bishop Mcpherson, where we hold on to people's past. So they've done something umpteen years ago, and we keep, that's all we can remember about this person. And even though God has forgiven that person and delivered that person, we hold on to these things, and that's how we view people, and these things, when people are aware of it, it makes them depressed again as
Yeah.
well. We're gonna bring in a guest tonight, and she's gonna be sharing her story with us. For 1 year, she was so depressed.
Let her share the
Yeah, she's
story.
gonna share it. I'm just giving the headline.
Okay.
Yes. We've been in media a long time. Yes. She has been depressed for so long that for 1 year, she's gonna be coming on to tell us what she did for 1 full year. All right. Those of us who are listening, we're going to bring in Fansaridi at this time, all the way from Canada. There you go, Miss Beautiful. Miss Fancy, how are you?
I am good. How about you?
It's indeed an honor to have you sharing with us tonight. You have a very interesting story that I want you to share with our listeners. Are you hearing me,
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Pud?
Yeah, I'm hearing
Okay,
you.
good. All right. Yeah, you have a very interesting story that I want you to share with our listeners tonight. I know your story is so powerful that it will offer hope to those who are listening and those who will be listening at a later time. Tell us about your story, your journey through depression.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am KD
Good evening.
Fansaridi.
Nice.
I live in Canada. I've been living in Canada for about 19 years since I was a kid. So, well, anyhow, Mr. Producer is just fixing me up. All right, so um, I was invited to share my journey through depression. So I talk about it now and then. I do have a YouTube channel where I share the story, and it's not easy to share because, as you guys know, depression doesn't just go away, you know. But I try to deal with it over the years. So just some timeline of what happened. So 10 years ago almost, my mom passed away. So I was married at the time, and then right after that, 4 years. I have a son now. 4 years later, I tried, getting pregnant again, and so I went through miscarriage. Then right after that, I got pregnant again, and then 5 months later, I had to give up my son. So anyhow, that happened. I was still married. Then my there was other stuff that went on through the years, and then my grandma passed away. I went to her funeral. That when my mom passed away, I'm always the leader because I'm the eldest child for my mom. So I always the one who take care of stuff, even through her funeral. I take care of that, and then take care of that. Right after my mom passed away, she passed away in March, and in the summertime, that's when I went through my miscarriages and my stillbirths. So anyhow, years passed, still with my husband. Then, of course, in any relationship, there's always some, issues there. But we try to work it out. By trying to work it out, I was still trying to get pregnant. That didn't happen. Then my grandma passed away, and I went to Jamaica. I took care of that too, as I'm the always a boss chick, if that makes sense. So when I went to the funeral, everything went well. I did what I needed to do, and so I came back home and I started getting these headaches because I really didn't know. Maybe because I had the support of my husband at the time. I had my son. I had my career, everything. I didn't realize what was going on with me. So I noticed that when I came back from my grandma's funeral, actually no, timeline, I got separated before my grandma passed away. Yes, so I got separated, and then I went to Jamaica when my grandma passed away, and I noticed when I got back, I'm working maybe 6 months, a year after I was trying to work, but I noticed that every morning I will get up, I'll be so like crying in the shower. I don't want to go to work, no motivation. Then I started getting these really, really bad headaches. And so I didn't know what was going on with that. And I went to my doctor, he did some not blood test, blood pressure. tests, and so my blood pressure was fluctuating. I monitored for a couple of days. It goes up and down, and so he realized that I was just maybe stressed. But then he got me through to see the psychiatrist, and so I started telling my stories, and with the headaches I couldn't understand because I realized when I wake up um, in the night or in the morning, my head used to hurt. Even sleeping, my head used to hurt, and I couldn't understand why. But I realized even before then, I went to the dentist, and the dentist would ask if I grind my teeth. So that's a sign too, because if you when you're stressed, you grind your teeth, and then your gums are lowered down, right? So he's like, "Oh, did you do you grind your teeth?" I don't know because I've been separated for a while now. I've been sleeping alone, so I don't know if I grind my teeth. So I said I don't. I am not sure. Then they said use a mouth guard. So use a mouth guard for that time. I went to see the psychiatrist during that year. I went to see the psychiatrist and neurologist. My head hurt so much that I thought it was like a brain tumor. That's how my head hurts, but it wasn't. It was just um, the stress of everything, tension headaches. So tension headaches causes that, and so I talk about that year. So I'm at work. Work is not going well. Obviously, I'm always feeling sick. Obviously, I don't want to go to work. I'm always in the shower crying. There's sometimes when I come home from work and I'm like today I go to work. That's why I'm dressed like this, and I would literally go in my couch, sleep just like how I came from work, get up, and sometimes I even feel like going to back to work the same way. But you know, it gives me strength. Then I realized that you know what, I work at this company for so many years. I have benefits, so I was able to take some time off. The doctor encouraged me to take some time off, and the psychiatrist. So psychologists, yeah, something like that. So anyhow, uh, I took the time off. I'm almost done. I took the time off, and that whole year, I talk about just being in my couch. All I do was get up, go drop my son to school, and come back in the same couch, get up again, go pick him up. That's all I did. And it was so dark, and with the headaches, my face hurts, the headaches. Then I got vertebra. So I was dizzy. So every time I get up, I was dizzy too. So I was going through so much. And so that couch at home, I lie there. I'll sometimes tears. I don't talk to anyone because I never really talked to anyone about it. Sometimes I will see my friends calling. I will look at the phone and I will just put it down. I'm always on social media though. I'm a fashion person. So I'm always looking at fashion. Those are the things that get me through my day. So I'll scroll through. My friend from Fort McMurray used to call me every day, and I used to wonder because she used to do so much. She's doing her business, she's doing her YouTube, she's going to school, and I couldn't understand how she find the strength to do all of this. But I realized because I was depressed, I wasn't in my mental state that I should be in. That's why I found no motivation to do anything at all. All I wanted to do was sleep. I don't even eat that much. So I did that for a whole year, and then I just the doctors, of course, they give you medications. I was scared to take them. They said I was sleep deprived because I thought I was sleeping, but because I'm always thinking about stuff, um, I wasn't sleeping. So I was sleep deprived. So he gave me some sleeping pill that took me a while to take because I was scared I wasn't gonna wake up, to be honest. So it got really bad where I had to, and I said let me try. So that year went by, and then I went to the doctor, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go back to work because really and truly being at home for a year, being a single mother, being a single income, it's hard because now my saving is trickling down. I'm always a saver, and when it's going down, I'm like, I need to get back to work. So that's the reason why, really, I wasn't fully well to go back to work, but I needed to do that. So I went back to work, and I went back to work, feel much better, like going out there, and I started my business that year and stuff like that. So am I healed from depression? No, but the days are not dark anymore, you know. So
Yeah.
So, Fancy, one of the things that you made, one of the things you said, sounded to me like you're saying what helped you to get over your depressive state was the fact that you love fashion and you would be on the internet and you looked fashion up. That sound to me that it brought you some amount of ease, or try to take your mind off of what the real root cause of your depression was.
yes, that too, but it was, I realized now, maybe this year, that they said I took, I think it wasn't a really such a good thing because I took retail therapy literally, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because I remember I used to go. I have a Winners across the road from me, and every Sunday that was my therapy. I would go in and I would shop, and I'm not going anywhere. But I took retail therapy literally because right now I have so much clothes with tags on, and I'm like, what? What did I do? You know what I mean? But I didn't realize that that was one of the things I was using for therapy because I wasn't talking. I wasn't talking. Like I see the therapist, I went to see him, and that was a task too because I feel like every week I have to drive downtown. I don't like driving, especially in the winter time, and then it gives me anxiety because I have depression and anxiety as well. So it's like it's a task to go see the therapist. So I use it different things to get me coping, and then I hated talking to people because I didn't have to talk more and tell people more, and then people might say, oh, you know what, just snap out of it because it wasn't. People might think because it's not a money issue. It's not like I was stressed over money. It's not like I was separated and was okay. I'm stressed over
Right.
money. I have my job. Everything was well, but everything just came crashing down. I had the best year of my life before I went into the depression. Meaning that when I got separated, I was like, yes, I'm independent. Yes, I can do this on my own. Me and my son, I bought a new car. I have savings. It wasn't money. It wasn't anything like that, you know? But
Would you say, Fancy, that maybe your root cause that led you to the state that you were at was after the death of your mom or your grandmother?
it was after my grandmother. My mom was, yes, she was my mom, but she was not a big part of my life like my grandma, right? So I right after her death, I noticed the changes in my mood and my health. As I said, the headaches. That's when the headaches start, and I couldn't understand why is my head hurting. I mean, my head hurt, and my face hurts. To For me to get rid of those headaches, I had to take the painkillers or whatever pills they used to give me to take wouldn't work. I had to literally take Botox treatment, and that helps. So the headaches didn't stop completely, but I get them less because I used to get them like three times per week. After the Botox treatments, I um I got them less. So I think it's right after my grandma, just everything. As I said, I went through the death of my babies, my mom, and then separation, and then I think I didn't take any enough time to kind of reflect of what's going on because I was like on top. I think I just crashed pretty much.
What would you say to, before I get to that, how would you describe, to your body, the fact that you had to you stayed one place for a year. You said you only took your son to school, came back with your son from school when it's time to come home. You went back in the couch. What did that do to your body physically?
See, my metabolism, if that physically, well, it didn't do much, um, but it mentally, it was, I think it was more mental stuff for me. It wasn't physical. I didn't gain weight or, because I'm not a type of person who gain weight. Um, I would say it was more mental because I just was just out of it. It was I remember just always just staring, and sometimes I couldn't even look outside because my head hurt so much. I couldn't even see the sunlight. So it's more mental being in that couch than physical.
Have you ever felt like you were crazy during that period?
No, not at all. I think I was sane enough to know what I was doing. I just know it was it was dark sometime where it's like the psych the psychologist asks me if I ever feel, they ask this question every time you go to the doctor, if you feel like suicidal. I
Right.
never answered yes. But yes, you do. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm asking you those questions, read it, just so that we can help somebody else, because I want persons to
That's fine.
understand that mental health or depression does not characterize you, or should not characterize you as a mad person.
No, it
In
wasn't.
our
I didn't
culture,
feel
a
crazy
lot
at
of people
all.
feel that if you're depressed, oh, I'm mad, you mad. So if Minister Kimika feels depressed and shares it, she a go off her head.
No,
And we have this mentality where,
Yeah.
like you know, really, the first thing some people would say, oh, a man, she a mad over. A man, she mad over.
Could be.
And yeah, and we
True.
want people to
So true.
understand. We want people to
No.
understand that
People
mental,
don't understand trauma, you know? It
yeah,
was trauma.
right, right. We want people to understand that you are not crazy when you're suffering from a mental state. Some time ago, Bishop Mcpherson, you mentioned that most of these depression can be healed through the power of the Word and God. And I want you to elaborate. You said something, and I want you to elaborate a little bit more on that, on the deliverance side of it, for our new listeners. Welcome everyone who has just joined us. And by the way, Brother Tevin Cameron says, think positive and believe in yourself. Knowing your purpose and trust know your purpose and trust the process. Welcome Daryl Palmer. Welcome Alison Hall. Welcome. We welcome you. Bishop McPherson. Yes.
Yes. So as we were talking and mentioned earlier on in the beginning of this session, was explaining how one can be set free from spiritual depression, where you're going through a phase and the Lord power by His Holy Spirit can set you free from such an affliction. Due to the amount of experience that I have over the years with dealing with persons who have been depressed and who have been depressed and have been set free from depression, not knowing that they were going through depression, I can bring my reasoning on the Bible and on the scripture that states whatsoever thing is good, whatsoever thing are true, whatsoever thing is holy. Think on these things. Now, when the Lord come into a person's situation, it has to change. Now, so you need somebody that is spiritual to help you through that. So the person who is going to do such a deliverance has to first have knowledge of that which you're going through. Because one of the things I must explain to you, Dr. KJ, sometimes you, the individual, don't even know you're going through it,
that's
but you're
it.
True.
explaining what you're going through. But discernment will bring about
Yes.
exactly
Yes.
what the root cause of the situation is. As this the sister is saying, this really is saying, she have money, she have everything practically, but she don't understand why she was going through this. It could be just something simple, and it led up to that which she's going through. Just something simple.
Mhm.
So if she, as I was explaining, if you have dealt with it from the first end, it could have been she could have been set free of what it was. Maybe it was something that she probably could never happen to her, and it came on her, and she just came onto her by surprise, and she didn't know. So with the spiritual aspect of it, prayer is able to set free. And when you're set free through prayer, it is like it rip apart the entire thing. And so you will probably have thoughts of it, but the affection the affliction that will bring upon you, it will not have that vast affliction towards you, the person. Because once the spirit goes out, you will always try to come back in. As not my word, but the Bible says when it goes out, you try to bring back said wicked ones. Right? So that's where I base my word from. Doctor.
I am gonna
That's true.
share a story. I'm gonna go ahead, read it. You were going to say
I
something.
say, yeah, I was saying that's true because I do pray. I do believe there's someone up there. Am I a church going person every Sunday? No, and that's the truth. But I do believe there's someone up there in the universe, and I did pray. I pray because at one point I said to myself, "Am I ever gonna feel okay ever to feel normal again?" Because I never feel normal. It's not easy to wake up with an headache and go to sleep with an headache and dizziness all the time. So I do pray to feel better because I needed to feel I didn't want it to be dark anymore because it was always dark. So I do pray and I believe that someone up there helped me through my depression.
Amen.
You know.
Yes.
Amen. I'm going to share a story as we close. I'm going to give a story, and I need everybody's input on it. And those of us who are online, we can type in. You can type in your suggestion. We're going to read some of them, or your tips, or your ideas, or your thoughts, or whatever it is. And then we're going to put on the screen a little something for a little something today. Now, I did get permission to share the story. I made sure I asked the gentleman permission, so we can help him. As a matter of fact, he's listening to us right now. So your input will also help him. All right. So he shared a story with me, and the story it confuses me at points of it. Now, in a scenario like this, he is. I'm not going to say was because he is in love with this girl. He has not seen this girl for 3 years, over 3 years. Now, this girl is not working. This girl pays her bills every month. This girl eats the best food every day, but he has not seen this girl for over 3 years. Now, this girl he made a call to this girl one day, and he heard a child crying in the background, a baby. So he asked a question.
It was this week. He made a
It
call.
was this
Sunday.
week. It was this week he
Sunday.
made the call. This week
Sunday.
he made the call, and he heard a baby crying in the background. So he asked her, mark you, every week he would be sending money to this girl, whatever this girl needs. He would walk in the cold if he has to and do anything that he has to because he is in love with this
Yep.
girl. He loves this girl. And the part that got to me
Hmm.
was after he called this girl, heard the baby in the background, the young lady said to him, I am going to be honest with you. I have a baby. The baby is 1 year and some months. It's not your child, obviously. It could not be your child. Not your child. And he is so in love that he in turn cried and apologized to the young lady for she getting pregnant. He
Wow.
apologized. Sorry you got pregnant. It's my fault that you got pregnant. I am so sorry that you got pregnant. And then the part that hit me again was when he said, but the man that she got pregnant for is a good man. Is a good man. Now, other persons heard the story and they laugh. Some say, but a madman, this man. But this a man real mad. After 3 years, sending money, baby came in play. He's he's so madly in love with this girl that he's willing to apologize to this girl for getting pregnant. And he is willing to take care of this child. I mean, now, Bishop, and Ifans, let me start with you. What would you say to a man like that?
That's a tough one, and usually it's obvious. It's obvious that he's a good good man, and he obviously love the girl. What should I say to him? You know what? I Things happen, and I would say just talk to her and see why, and then move on. Not move on from her, but move on from there and to the best decision. Because you see, I always say to people, you don't know what relationships a couple have out when you, because you're on the outside looking in, right? You don't know what you just hear some little tidbits of their relationship. You don't know the full blown relationship they have. So what she has to do is just to talk to her, see why she probably doesn't even love that man.
All
She
right,
might love
so
him, right?
he did fancy. As a
Oh,
matter of
okay.
fact, before the 3 years that he has not seen her, he even moved her into a house, fix up the yard, clean up the yard, did everything, but never lived with her. He never lived with her. All right. Um, I saw some messages. I also saw some messages sent by the young lady to him. And in those messages, to be honest with you, those were messages that sounded like you there, but me not there.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So to give you a better understanding of
So
where we're
so
heading.
so it just looks like a him and put in all the work in that relationship. But there's a saying that saying woman wicked, because sometimes sorry people.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm very
Go
direct.
ahead.
Yeah. So woman, where you go again? Some woman, some girl wicked, them wicked. Yes. So, yeah, because sometimes we sit down and we hear about men that does stuff to
Then
women.
wicked too. Yeah.
Woman wicked to man. That's just wickedness. So
Bishop Mcpherson, in your capacity, let's say this person was your member. How would you deal with that situation?
I would have to encourage the brother um, in a spiritual way, meaning tell him of the good cause and the worst possible cause which could come out of the whole thing. Be the person I am, I would tell him, my brother, just leave that alone. I'll pray for you to get a
yeah.
wife. I definitely would pray. And that prayer would be answered because that could be his wife. I'm not trying to say further on down the road, but I could see. The Lord will show me and he will tell me that,
Yes.
listen, either you should be with this person or wait or move on forward. And I would pray for him that he get a wife. And he would.
Yeah.
He would.
Lunette,
Honest.
Daryl says enough is enough. That's what I would say to this man. There is no future there for this man. And you know something, Daryl, you told him exactly what I told him, but we're gonna get there.
Let's see.
Lunette says, tell him to run. This woman is using him.
Clear.
Richard White says it is love or infatuation. Nicola Sampson, I don't think that's love. Tevin Cameron says this one is sticky. Natalie Holness says, I think she is not in love with him. Let me find out. Maybe love, but not in love. Keep it as a friendship. Richard White, Bishop, worst cause already happened. The fact she kept taking this man time and money. Jamaica lady says, oh my God, he was used by this young lady. He needs to help bind or blind to what
No,
he's blind.
he
He
needs
needs
help.
help. He's
Blind
Yes.
to
blind to
what's
what is
taking
taking
place.
place. Thank you very much.
Can I add
Um,
something?
yes.
I feel this is why there's lots of women out there is looking for a good man. Lots of single women, and and look, she got a good man, and she just used the poor man. But you just tell him, say he got used, and that's just life. Women get used to him, get used, and just have to try and move on from that, because there's no trust in that relationship at all.
Yeah. And I'm glad, he's listening right now. As a matter of fact, where I'm sitting, I can hear him listening from where I am sitting. And I want to read all the comments for him because I know he's been helped. As one person said, I know this is going to bless you. Um,
Yes.
Minister Cynthia Wolcott Reed. This one is not my son now, guys. I don't believe she wanted him. He used this man, and that's why some of them man. That's why some of them man killed them. All
That's
right.
true.
Wow.
It's true.
Yes.
That's
Very
true, true, that's
Almighty
true.
God. Those Carmen Witter says he is very much trapped in his own mind. And Jermaine Reed says, I think she don't know a good man when she sees one. And Nathalie says, when trust is broken, it's hard to repair.
Amen.
Now, this man, I will say this in his hearing as well. Because earlier today, my wife and I went on the road and we saw this man coming from the Western Union.
Oh dear, I'm not learning.
Doctor, let me tell you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, Yamed man too. Sorry.
Eh, You know, being a servant, being one who care, who love people, hearing these things make you upset, you know.
That's true.
Let me tell you real truth. You don't have to be your blood brother. You don't have to be a sibling. You don't have to be somebody who you see in your church. This man, if he's not a born again and he's an unsaved and he's going through stuff like this, and we who are have the eyes to see and know, we have to tell him the truth. Wake up.
Tevin Cameron says, I would be livid, mad. Something would chip if I am to be honest. What would you say, Nicole?
About the
Yeah, about
situation.
the situation.
I told him already.
Tell us what you told
That
him.
I told him that relationship is a two-way stream. So if he was not talking to her for the 3 years and she was in love with him, she would have tried to find him anyway at any cost. So obviously she don't love him. So I said to him, listen, wake up and smell the coffee. She
Yeah.
don't want you.
Yeah.
So
Simple.
after I heard the story, because I've been hearing the story since what, Thursday? Thursday. The story was brought to my attention and it was brought to me to help because other people were trying to reach out, but he was very adamant that I know this girl and it's my fault. Why this girl went and got pregnant
No, but
because I was not going around, and so I understand because he's a good man. She got pregnant for, and you name it and you name it. And I just said to him, I just looked at him and I just had to be honest. And I said, brother, move on, carry on, just carry on.
no, but
There's
I
nothing
asked
there
him
for
what
you.
was he apologizing for.
Well, we did. We asked him what he was apologizing for.
He said that he was apologizing because he was not talking to her for 3 years. I said, but there's no way. If she was so in love with you, she should have kept
No,
herself
turn it down.
or tried to even find him then.
Low.
Because I can't always call you. You have to call me
Oh,
too.
baby, you don't have to tell me that. Me, I'll call you.
No, but I'm saying in a relationship. So obviously
Sorry.
he's in a relationship by himself.
By
So
himself.
let me ask. This is about Natalie says we all have to pray for him because he needs help, and that is true. Pastor
It's
Kelly,
true,
it's
yes.
true. Let me ask this bombshell question now. What if this man becomes so depressed over this situation that he decides to commit suicide?
He, he's depressed already. First of
Ew.
all, first of all, what does this lady have over him for him to keep sending her money for 3 years? She's still in his life. She don't want him. He gave her a house, everything, and he's not even living with her. He gives her money all the time. She don't want to have sex with somebody because she don't care about him. She moved on with her life because she just using him. She's a user. She just see that he's a good guy and he would do anything for her.
Can I
So
tell you
she
this
just,
too? As
huh?
you say that, Minister, can I even say this that is going to shock everybody now? Based on what he says, he probably had been intimate with her only one time.
Okay, he's using her. She's
He's
using
showing me
him.
all up.
And is he obsessed with her? She does
Somebody
something over
says
here.
that earlier. That's obsession.
And he's obsessed. Does she look too cute? I know she pretty, whatever it is that she got, but there's other women out there that really wants a good man.
Who
You're
deserve.
a good man and you're giving somebody your money that don't even care about you. Go and have sex with somebody else. Have a child. Hide that child from you. And if you didn't hear the baby crying, she would never say it. So don't waste your time. You got to be prayed for. That's a spirit. He's tied to her. He is so tied to her spiritually more. Yeah, it's not just physical.
I don't
And
think
spiritual
he's tied.
aspect
I
too.
don't think he's tied to her spiritually. To be honest with you, I asked him a very
He's insecure.
I asked him a question,
Yeah.
and I mean, he laughed and everybody laughed, but I was very serious when I asked him. So I asked him a question that she ever cooked stew peas for you before.
I see that question me want to ask.
She time.
Listen,
We say it long time.
but that is still spiritual. If she cooks
Yeah,
something,
it's still
something
spiritual,
like
yeah.
it's
That's
still
not spiritual,
spiritual.
like a demon. That's not spiritual,
I
like
don't
a
know
demon. We need to stop
demon
mix up spirit with
Demon,
demon.
that's spiritual
Yeah,
same.
they don't like to mix up with
A
the demon
demon
and spirit at
spirit.
all. Let that demon
That's
mix up that.
confused. You
But
see?
a
Yeah, man, that
demonic
confused
spirit.
me.
It's a
Uh,
demon spirit. Huh?
Richard White says we'll have to go the extra mile to help him. Please take his phone, delete and block and all
No,
go there. No,
Baba
no,
want
we did
next
that already.
phone.
We did that already. We
He's
did.
gonna
Yeah,
buy another
but
one and
even
call
today
her.
he said he
He
wants
said
another one.
It's
He
prayer.
just said he need
We
another phone because we
we
did that
have
from
to
today, Richard.
we have to pray for it.
He has the number in his head.
Yeah, don't try
He
that.
has he has some insecurities. I think that's one of the problems. He
Yes,
probably
oh
don't
God.
believe he can meet somebody else like her.
We need to pray for him and need to accept that he has to move on with his life. There's other women out there looking for a good man. Listen to me, brother.
Let me
There's some
see.
good
Let me
women
see
out
picture. Me
there
single.
looking for a
Hold on.
yes, single.
Minister,
Hey, I know
Minister,
somebody looking for a
you
man in
know
a
somebody just
listen.
posted him need a Holy Ghost slap to straighten him out.
He needs help.
Yeah.
He needs help. Before he,
I believe he accepts who he is,
yeah.
and with us talking about it, we will pray.
Yes, man.
But he has to play his
Bishop, do you
part.
think prayer
He has
alone
to
can
work on
help
it.
him, sir?
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Do you
Prayer can
think prayer
help
alone
you.
can help him?
Encouragement.
No.
Prayer
Not
and
alone.
encouragement can help you. Because I have been in a situation, well, not similar to that, but I have to walk away. Before I was saved, so I'm not sure he's saved, but I had been in a situation
No, he's not
where
sick.
and I
He's not
walk
yet
away, and I
saved.
wasn't depressed or anything. I just walk away and laugh at the situation, because people who know me know that I have money and what I used to do. So they know that it was easy for me to just, and I have another feeling. So that wasn't a bother for me. So in the spiritual aspect, you need prayer and encouragement. Because I don't really think
Daryl
that we need
says that that's a spiritual stronghold.
that's
And
something
Bibi Jaren says, oh my God, send him over here so I can lay hands on him. What I mean
No,
lay hands?
it
What
up.
I mean lay hands? What kind of hand you want to lay? What kind of hand she
Yeah,
want
why
to lay?
not to?
Huh? Is what kind of
My mind gone somewhere else.
Listen
No,
what Nicola said. Nicola said nothing is wrong with the lady. Something is wrong with him mentally. Do you agree with that, Pastor Kelly?
could you repeat again?
Nothing
Yeah,
is wrong.
Nicola Sampson says nothing is wrong with the lady. Something is wrong with the man mentally.
No, but if she has love at the same time and she has wealth and everybody have brother, but at the same time, if she do have the mind to know that what she's doing is wrong or she should just be true, she would stop and let him go.
Yeah.
She would be real to herself and be true to him and say, you know what, let me just cut it off right here. Because I'm into a relationship. And she knows that, yeah, and the man where she have, the same lady, she have an ex-man, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she brings
That,
somebody
Yeah,
else.
it must be a man who impregnated her.
all right, hold
He
on.
dead.
But does that man know that she's collecting money from other man?
Okay, well, okay. Let me tell you the other part
Most likely.
that makes me really confirm that he needs help.
Wow.
So we asked him the question, the father of the child, does he support the child? He says yes. We asked him how. He said whenever the man, is to send money, he emailed the money. But him send the money through Western Union. So
What?
and so
Email?
the baby father email the allowance. I don't know how that happened. But for him money is not emailed. For him
That no
money
make
is
no, no,
sent through
no, no.
Western. So
He,
do you see
he
where I'm
need help.
going? So I'm just trying to find out if you understand where I'm going.
No, man. No. He needs help. Oh, email money. Email. Is it Zelle? Is he talking about Zelle? Is Zelle the money you
Email.
email?
Email. He
You
says
can't email
You can
money.
do
He
that.
doesn't
email.
get the right information.
Something not right. Something not right, my brother.
Scamming,
Some,
scamming,
No.
scamming,
somebody,
scamming.
No. Something not
Jamaican
right.
lady says that
No.
can't be normal. Something is
No.
behind this.
Yeah, man.
Can't be normal.
No, man. No.
Bishop, you can agree with me.
Yes, deliverance.
There are persons who are going through things. It take God
Yes.
to take you out of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Natalie says
My God.
deliverance. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to repeat it again because I was at a place and it take God for me come out of it.
Yes.
I mean, I say prayer not work, but you have to put your part in it.
Yes, man.
Play your part.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You have to come to your senses, no, man. Come on.
Somebody say him
A full
tied up.
time.
Somebody say he is tied up. Fancy.
Clear.
That fancy reading. My passion. Welcome. My passion. Say fancy reading among the stars. All right.
If
No,
I tell you
but
what I feel,
he needs help.
this can
He
be.
needs a lot of help. And I don't believe, the reason I don't believe that prayer alone will help him.
Yes,
One,
tell me.
he's not saved. This need
Yeah.
fasting. One, he's not saved.
Oh.
And two, he believes wholeheartedly that he is the boyfriend of this girl. But based on what I am reading from this girl will have nothing to do with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Jermaine said we need
A
he
jump.
needs
Huh?
No,
A
we
jump?
need a job.
a drum of
Yeah,
olive oil.
pour on
No, we
him.
need a
Mm,
drum
Yeah.
so
of
holy
olive oil
water.
To dip, no, to dip
to
in.
dip him in. So
I
we
feel
have to
sorry
get the
for him.
drum of olive oil, lift him up and dip him in it. Oh my
I feel sorry for him.
He can, Dr. KJ, he can be
Yes.
set free. Whether
Yeah.
or
Yes,
not he's
man.
a
Yes.
believer,
Oh yeah.
he can be set
And
free.
you will be set
And he will
free
be
in
set
the name
free.
of Jesus.
Because, I'm looking into the whole situation and I'm seeing the person that he's dealing with. And that becomes a God attention. So I'm going to reach out. I'm not going to share what the Lord showed with me concerning him. I don't know him. I don't know who he
Yeah.
is. I don't know.
I would
I
love
don't
you
know
to
what he is.
Bishop.
I will reach out to him.
I would really
You
love
know?
you to, because
Give him
we
my
are
number
here. We are
and we will
trying to
pray.
help him. Yeah, we are trying to help him.
Yes,
And
man.
as I said, we can discuss it because I did ask his permission to
Okay.
discuss his story tonight, and he agreed
Yes.
wholeheartedly. He never hesitated. As a matter of fact, he wanted to come on himself,
Oh no.
and
Don't come on.
I
Don't
didn't
you?
think that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So he's
He's
listening
trying to
in. He's
liberate.
listening in. A whole bunch of people are listening right now, and I'm not going to call their names, but we welcome them. They know who they are. You know, no, we're going to help him. Miss Mcpherson says he could be suffering from low self-esteem. That's Annie Mcpherson says he could be suffering from low self-esteem. Lunette says a woman, fix him good. Lady Jamaica says, Pastor Wade, send him come. Let I deal with it. Easy walk over that. All right, whatever she mean, a easy walk over that. Do you think this man is a good man?
Yes.
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 Yes, he is.
And he's going to come out of that crossroad.
Amen.
In the right now
Okay.
middle, and you don't know which way to go, he might come out of it.
In the name of
In the
Jesus.
name of Jesus.
Yes,
Yeah,
Lord.
Richard White says, because we all know women don't turn down money. And truth be told, she told him the truth. So right now she's free in her mind. And I think Richard is making a very good point. She was honest with him. She was open with him. She told
No,
him the
but
truth.
she should have from the beginning though.
But remember, he
Yeah.
said he wasn't speaking to her.
No, but she should have tried contact him.
Two
But
years.
That's
how?
what I am
But who knows
saying.
if she wasn't trying to
Three.
contact him?
3
So how
years.
was she getting the money?
That's my point because she was always getting the money.
That don't mean that's
So however it is, she was always getting the money.
Bishop,
wow.
Bishop, you
So
here?
so every week you just send money every month to Western Union like that?
I'm telling you that today my wife and I went
Wow.
out
Go ahead,
and
Bishop.
he was coming from the Western Union.
My God. No man.
You
Prayer,
the
prayer.
Bishop.
fraud squad on that one, man. Dr. KJ make a connection in Jamaica and contact the fraud squad. Or I will do it. That's blatant scamming. That's scamming.
Scamming.
Yeah.
And if
I'm
rich
telling you
Bishop,
that
man
he
is
needs
no.
some
taking it,
serious
remember
help.
the rebel will take it and mash it up. Name of Jesus.
Personally, I believe. Personally, I believe he's
I'm not happy
depressed.
about it.
And one of the
There could
reasons
be
why I
a
say
brother
I
in
believe
Christ.
he's depressed, he
Yeah.
speaks about it every day. He
Yeah.
calls her name more than he
Wow.
walks.
Wow.
He
He calls
called
her
her name
smart.
more than he
Yeah, man, that's a
eats.
strong one, you know.
There you go.
He calls
There's not
her
something.
name more than he
Maybe he was
sleeps.
abusing him now.
He is willing to stand in the rain, in the sun, in the cold, just to be on the phone to hear her voice.
How old is he? How old is he?
Wow.
How old is he?
Over 40.
He's over 40.
What?
Wow.
Are you
My
So
crazy?
he's a
brother,
big man. He's a big man.
thank God you're here tonight. You're setting up yourself for something great. I
Oh
said,
my, yes, listen, we need to pray for him. My spirit is grieving right this moment. My spirit are grieve. Listen, oh my God, oh my
I don't
God.
want to make this decoration over here because probably too much people are going to get deliverance from this. Eh?
Mm,
I just want to deal with
Yeah.
this first
mm,
situation.
mm.
Oh, you are 7 months away from your divine connection and intervention. Just leaving it like that. When you get to
I
me,
am
you
going to
can
make the connection between both of you, Bishop. I promise to do that. I will
he
definitely
will
make
get
the
to
connection with you, and I'm glad that you are willing to take this case up because he needs deliverance, though. He
Yeah.
does. Yeah, he does need deliverance. Fancy, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us. Pastor Kelly, Minister Kimiko, I know you have to go because you have a show to attend to. Bishop Mcpherson, you've been wonderful, sir. For the 3 weeks you've been with us, thank you so much. And thanks to Mrs. Mcpherson for allowing you time out of her time to be with us to share. And now that we're even going to make another connection where I know someone will be delivered from this stronghold. To as brother Darrell says earlier, this is a stronghold. Antwain Crawford, welcome, my brother. He says he's a good man, but he needs help. Tevin says yes, he's a good man, but the woman is clowning him out. Nava Stevens says this is serious. He needs spiritual help.
He
Mhm.
Nicola
does.
Sampson says maybe he was abused, needs some love.
Give him the love.
Kevin says we can see your spirit. Agree. Oh, that's a sister. That's you says. Lunette says, well, how old is she? She's in her 30s. Vivian says, oh my God, I'm sorry for him. I have 5 young men, 5 sons, and so she feels sorry for him. Kevin Oliver, welcome, my good friend Kevin. Good evening. He's saying good evening to us. That's my very, very good friend Kevin Oliver joining us. Thank you so much. We are going to end it here. Mr. Producer, can you flip that picture up on the screen for me? Now we're going to be giving a prize away. Now look closely at the picture. There is something
Yeah.
remarkable happening in this picture. The first person to
Can't
send
even
that
see who's.
answer in, you will be winning the prize for tonight. There is something remarkable happening. Do you see any form of abuse? Just to give you some clues, do you see any form of abuse going on there? Flip it up on the screen. The
I
first
texted
person to
already.
respond.
I texted already.
I don't see you, Bishop Mcpherson. I don't see you texted
What?
on the chat.
What
I'm also
happened?
looking at the chat. The producer is looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat.
What's wrong?
Nova Stevens says, look closely. Look closely.
I
Do you
texted
see
him.
any form of abuse going on there? Text it in.
Yes,
Explain the
I do.
photo. Explain the photo.
The lady is biting the lady's breast in the green.
Yes.
It's my tongue up.
I see it
Nothing.
now.
It's nothing.
That, that's the.
Hold on. Richard White says the one with her foot, the one with her foot up, not hung. Yeah, all right. Put some more, Mr. Producer. We're not giving the answer away yet. Let's see what goes on. That's Richard White. Good try. Richard says yes. The next lady, not huge. All right. Continue. Continue. Vivian Jarrett says the picture is too small. She's using her phone, and so the picture is too small. Yeah, we're still waiting on some more responses.
Look at
Do you
mine.
see any form of abuse? Any form of abuse? Can you tell us what's going on in this picture?
Look at
Pastor
mine.
Kelly, the shirt.
Hold on.
Pastor Kelly says the shirt biting the person in the middle breast. Reveal one dress, two pants. All right. Any more answer? One dress, two pants.
I come into you.
Yes. I'm still waiting on some more responses. We're just
Come
having
in.
fun. Just 2 more minutes. Jamaica lady, something is on the lady's foot. Which one of the lady? Which one of the ladies? Something is on the lady's foot. Nicola Sampson, the middle one has one leg. The middle one has one leg.
No.
Kimika said the lady has her fingers
It
flowing
is.
into the woman's side.
It changed me.
Yeah,
Come in. I
flowing
come
into
in.
the woman's side. Um, who again?
Wow.
Just so you know, the only person who cannot enter or persons who can't enter the competition are those who won before. So for the 2 weeks before, so we have Sister Izzy and we had Cadian. They are not allowed to enter anymore. But anybody can enter, and the only person who can't enter is my wife. Even let me make it clear, even the producer can enter. Even our producer can enter because I am not giving him the answers. All right. Lady
Hold on.
Jamaica lady says the one in the black pants. Okay, that's the one in the black pants. Foot is out. Okay. All right. I see everybody bursting up the brain there now. You're busting up the brain. All right. So tonight the winner again will be walking away with another. This is a Vivian Jarrett says one of the parts has writing on it. All right. The person who wins tonight will be walking away with another
Really?
$500. Congratulations, Bishop Mcpherson. That was the answer. Look closely at the picture. The lady's blouse, the one in the white blouse, the shirt that is biting on the breast of the one in the middle.
That's it.
How did you write that?
What's that?
But I said
Yeah,
it.
but Pastor Kelly, you wrote it, but Bishop wrote it in before you. Yeah. Yeah. Bishop McPherson wrote it in before
I
you.
want it from last night.
Now, I must make it clear, everybody, that even if my producer had entered, I would have given it to him. He has been asking me for the answer from last night, and I didn't give it to him because I was hoping he would have entered. as well. I'm giving everybody a fair
Bishop,
chance.
get in.
All
Bishop?
right, I'm giving everybody a fair chance. All right. So once I did not give the producer the answer, he is allowed to enter as well. This is a family show. It's for everybody. Whether you work with the program, you mean like a producer, writer, whatever. Once you are a part of us, you are free to enter. Bishop Mcpherson won't be able to enter next week. Again, you are the winner this week. Look closely at the picture. The one at the end is biting on the breast of the one in the middle. Yeah, so every
Did I
week
see
we're
it
going to be
until
giving
inside,
something away.
I didn't see
All
it
right, so
until
come on
inside.
over, invite somebody, come on over. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be first to be notified when we come on air live. I have something excited to tell you as we exit. Next week, Saturday, my wife and I will not be shooting our live from this location. We have built a brand new studio. We have built a brand new studio from scratch. We would, as a matter of fact, Pastor Kelly will be journeying down to Georgia. Pray for him, and he will be coming to wire. He will be coming to do all the technical work in the studio. Let me tell you what's in our
Me and
studio.
QB.
We'll be
Me and
giving you,
QB.
yes, yeah. Well, QB will be coming over shortly after you. Let me tell you what will be in the studio. We'll be having a recording booth. In the studio, we have a stage, a platform for virtual shows. In the studio, we're going to be having our radio station in the studio and also our TV station. So it's a whole compact studio. And beside the studio, we have built our own gym. And so we have our own gym. You see how this belly here is soon gone. Soon gone now. So Dr. KJ will be getting as slim as Fancy Reedy. And we're getting in shape and style. All right, so next week we're going to be giving you a tour of our studio. So you want to come on and see it's a state-of-the-art studio with all brand new equipment. And I mean, everything is, the technology is just awesome. Everything, the screens, it's just beautiful. My wife, she's impressed. She's impressed with what is going on around there. And the person who is most excited is my son. Nicole is very excited.
Yeah,
He
man,
wants to
Nicole.
learn the rope of everything. And he said, Daddy, I will be in there with you 24/7.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Until next week, walk good. 7 o'clock. Come back and join us. We'll be here live. Walk good.
Blessings, everyone.
God bless, no man can curse. Thank you, Father, send me past the worst. Dr. KJ, no in no hurts. Me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then justify. And no hide one do for you. Say, me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then justify. And no hide one do for you. Me not talk about money. Me not talk about fame. Me a talk about blessings in a Jesus name. Me not talk about big house, no blings or chains. Me a talk about healing in Jesus name. This an normal something, this a Bible something. Preach the gospel and I do something. Living for God, this a righteous something. On the stage and no hype up something. Rebuke darkness, we are the lighter. Holy Spirit a shine it brighter. In a fast and fire overnight. Tell every weapon we farm say God a me fighter. Me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good then testify. And no hide what do for you. Say me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good then testify. And no hide what do for you. Me cup full already and I run over. With the essence of God what a sweet aroma. Praise the up for me, I go louder. Shabbat the king, me give my Torah. Got a peace in my spirit and a joy in my soul. Make me surrender to Jesus and say take control. When we think about Calvary, how we pay that toll. I'm not ashamed of the gospel. So me preach it fool. Me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good then testify, and no hide what do for you. Say me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good then testify, and no hide what do for you. Me not talk about money, me not talk about fame. Me a talk about blessings in a Jesus name. Me not talk about big house, no blings or chains. Me a talk about healing in Jesus name. This an normal something, this a Bible something. Preach the gospel and a hike something. Living for God, this a righteous something. On the stage and no hype up something. Rebuke darkness, we are the lighter. Holy Spirit a shine it brighter. In a fast and fire overnight. Tell every weapon we farm